for your company. Welcome back. Do it again, and yes, he will do it again for you.
Yes.
Just believe in him, trust in him. Remember, is anything too hard for the Lord?
Nothing.
Karibu sana. Time for the newspaper review.
Yes, time for the newspaper review, and just to appreciate those who are tuning in from every direction, from every part of the world. And of course, Mom letting us know she's blessed very much by the word, tuned in as always. Thank you. Thank you so very much. And it's a pleasure and it's a joy whenever we get to see people getting blessed by what we do here. And if you would love to also send in your feedback, our number is 0708222323. But if you have the personal number of Gigi or myself, you can also send it to us. We will read it.
Definitely.
Yes, anyway, it's time for the newspaper review, and the Daily Nation this day on the 22nd of January 2026 is covering a story here why US is probing this man. So the face of a man has been put there. It says here businessman tried to wrest the Jubilant presidency from Adobe in 2024. Goes ahead to say that a University of Nairobi alumnus who was born in Somalia, grew up in Kenya's Dadaab, a refugee camp, and later obtained U.S. citizenship, is facing a U.S. House of Representatives probe over alleged fraud. Dr. Abdullahi Ali is the founder of Gateway Community Services, a healthcare firm based in the U.S. state of Maine, and that was last month suspended from receiving government funding pending investigations. A story covered on page 2 and 3. So there's a man that is being probed by the U.S. government, and you can have a look at it. And moving on, I see, great to see you, President, with his predecessor, brother at State House. Quite interesting.
Yep.
This is a light moment shared with the chair of the African region and trustee of the Duke of the Edinburgh International Award Foundation, Muhoho Kenyatta, during the Gold Award presentation at State House, Nairobi. This happening yesterday. And apparently 1,252 young people awarded the Gold Prize. This is a story covered on the Daily Nation as well. And moving on, I see there's a dispute here that says, watch out, that casual WhatsApp chat could cost you a lot of money. Wow. The High Court has ruled digital text messages can create enforceable contracts once core legal elements are proven. The court upheld an award, even noting messages exchanged on phones capture a valid agreement. Quite interesting. This is page 10. So it's like you can sign a contract through a message. WhatsApp message. You can form. Saa hiyo umefikiria ulisema tu yes. Kumbe ulisign. You signed a contract right there. So this is quite interesting. It's being used as also a form of evidence. And I'm seeing here crime, State House killing, new twist to case. On the morning of October 14th last year, an assailant killed a GSU officer outside State House. I think we remember that story. Kithuka Musimi was promptly arrested, but he's yet to answer to the murder charge 3 months later. Prison officials accuse KNH of ignoring calls to submit a crucial medical report. So the case is still floating in the air.
3 months later.
3 months later. And this is someone
has died.
Exactly. You can imagine the family.
Justice for that family. Justice delayed is justice denied.
Exactly.
As has been said.
It keeps hurting and hurting and hurting. There's no closure. We don't even know what's happening. So we really pray for a speedy engagement on that. Fresh queries on customary marriage law. Interesting. I see a lawyer has challenged sections of the Marriage Act, arguing the requirement for registration of customary marriages to ensure validity is unconstitutional. Quite interesting. The petitioner wants the courts to declare the marriages constitutional upon performance of the applicable customary rights. This is interesting. A story that has been covered on page 10. You know the processes that people go through. Kupata hiyo ni Attorney General.
The certificate.
The certificate.
What?
It's a hassle.
But it is.
It's usually a hassle that takes a long time. And you can, it's like you have to do it before you get married.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, there's
yeah.
a lot of processes involved. But anyway, that's a story you can catch on the Daily Nation, and that's it for the Daily Nation
Right.
review.
The Standard, they are looking at
Yes.
the Interior Ministry, and the headline, presiding over rogues, that is what they are saying. Deadly acts. Police violence in Kenya is no longer about rogue officers. It's systemic. Impunity runs deep. Leaders are puppets of the executive, suspects in murders or openly contemptuous of the law, while junior officers unleash brutality on ordinary Kenyans. Lethal force, impunity, and silence have become routine. Innocent civilians are shot, beaten, or killed in custody. Investigations crawl, and accountability is a distant promise. From Karatina to Mathare, Nandi Hills to Githurai, every death fuels fear and mistrust. And they are the four men who are on the spot. Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen,
Yes.
IG of Police Mr. Kanja, and the two deputies there are also being highlighted there. And so these are the stark numbers.
Yes.
7 is the number of civilians who have been killed by police officers in January alone. 7. 104 deaths said to have been attributed to police through shooting of protesters or unarmed civilians. And then 60, this is the number of youths who are killed during the anti-tax demonstrations. Police often appear in the dock, but few end up in jail. There is a quote here by a human rights lawyer, Abel Nabutola. The problem starts from the top. The CS Interior was captured by the media saying he will defend any officer who shoots a Kenyan in riot. The DCI, under the leadership of Mohamed Amin, has been implicated in many cases of kidnapping, brutality, and death of Kenyans. These are officers who have seen their bosses get away with murder, literally. So they are emboldened, and they know nothing will happen to them. Quite an unfortunate situation where those who are supposed to be, law enforcers are actually now breaking the law. And so they are saying the streets are not safe, police hands are not safe, and it is no longer about isolated incidents or rogue officers. Police brutality has now grown into a pattern. You can read that on the front, on the newspaper. That is the Standard newspaper. Over 930,000 students have reported to senior secondary school following the closure of the reporting deadline on Wednesday. That's according to the Ministry of Education. And then I see here, this is a story that also captured, it was last night in an interview. Minority leader Junet Mohammed has claimed that entrenched power brokers in Kenya consistently work to block the late opposition leader Raila Odinga from winning the presidency, a factor he says explains the ODM chief's repeated electoral defeats. Quite an interesting one there, and you can read it. Then I see here that Morocco's public prosecutor has rejected online claims linking the death of Malian sports journalist Mohamed Soumare to foul play. You can read that also on the Standard newspaper. Business Daily, what they are reporting this morning. And this is, allow me to open the Business Daily to see. Small investors get higher price in 110 billion shillings NCBA buyout. And then why billionaire Muthoka sold logistics firm for 5.2 billion. KPC sets aside 290 million shares for its employees in IPO. 75% NSE stocks trading handled by stockbrokers, staff, and MSMEs to be spared quarterly installments in tax reforms plan. And then Michael Masharia's article on page 9, periods of global transition rarely reward those who wait for alignment. They reward those willing to act before permission and policy. That's what you can read. Then life pullout, the life section on page 19, when clean toilets become big money. And actually, it's becoming big money business, for those mobile toilets. And so you can read that story. It's on page 19 inside the Business Daily.
All right, beautiful. And we've come to the end of our newspaper review at 51 minutes past 7. It's time for us to have a look at the video of the day.